What's up, guys? Jose from Fire Investments here again, and Fire stands for Financial Independence Through Real Estate. And today I'm going to go over my wish list for listing agents of distressed properties. Stay tuned. So, number one is access to the property. Sometimes the listing agent requires themselves, makes it so that they have to be there in order for you to walk the property. And you have to understand it's like I gotta coordinate my schedule around them just to look at the property. That hinders the process quite a bit. Plus, sometimes we have to send an extra contractor in there to go maybe look at the foundation or maybe the roof or something like that. And now they got to coordinate around them. And so you got to understand we're making cash offers with a 10-day close on these properties, and so every single day is critical. So if we could just my wish is if the listing agent could give us access to the property at any time of the day, or any of our contractors as well. Usually it's like that, but sometimes it's not. But also full access to the property. Sometimes we go in there and we don't have access to maybe the garage or certain section of the house. And so after I go through and do my estimates, my appraisal on the property, I have to go back and say, I didn't get to look through the garage or this extra room that was locked or whatever. It's like, okay, how can we make an offer on a property that we don't have the full picture on? So making sure, at least telling us ahead of time, that we're not going to have access to part of the property. So that's number one on my wish list. Okay, so number two on my wish list is tell us if there is any type of hazard in the property. So there's been plenty of times when I'm on, before I go to walk the property, the agent's like, oh man, this is really bad. There's trash all over the place, all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I've seen that stuff. I walk through trash. I wear, dirty, regular clothes to walk these properties sometimes. But there's been plenty of times where I've walked through a property and there is just an absorbent amount, just a lot of rat shit all over the place. And so if this place has been kind of sitting static for a long time, and now you're kicking up all these particles of bacteria and rat shit and all this stuff, that's a health hazard. So, and there's been other times where there's been just like fleas. The place is infested with fleas. We'd had some of our guys in the office get their car infested with fleas from some of these places. So, it really should be your job as a listing agent to warn everybody that's going to be walking that property, that there is actually a health hazard. So, if you guys could give us a heads up on something like that, that would be great. Okay, so number three on my wish list is having some inspections that that are going to happen. Maybe have them done ahead of time. So there's been plenty of times when there's some foundational work that it's obviously has to be done, or some roof work and stuff like that. Maybe have somebody come out and do a basic estimate. Someone that's familiar with that area come and do an estimate before you list the property, before you start having people walk through there, because with these 10-day escrows, we have to close these things super fast. So if we're not always going to be able to schedule our foundation guy to go there the first time we look at the property. So if we get into escrow, now we're scrambling to call our foundation expert to go out there and take a look at the property. But if you have that ahead of time and it's a very good, it's a trusted source, we can actually use that to do our estimates ahead of time. And now we're not in such a huge, a lot of pressure to get our contractor out there, because now we can estimate the cost of something like that. And when they do the report, we can look to that and be like, yes, it's going to be about that much, or maybe it's going to be a little less, maybe it's a little bit more, but we don't have this big black hole and this time crunch to get one of our guys out there. And so if you could have some of these things done ahead of time, again, usually the estimates are free anyways. So if you can have a guy out there ahead of time, when you're going to get the listing, that would expedite things quite a bit. Okay, and the last thing is having the TDS and SPQ for us right when we open escrow. So again, because of this time crunch, we're talking about 10 days, 14 days, and we've got 3 days to do our inspection and all that stuff. We need to have those forms, TDS and the SPQ, as soon as possible. And I know we ask for them as soon as we open escrow for you guys to have that stuff. And you're supposed to have those things when you get the listing, but life is life. We know you don't always have those things right away. So if you could have those for us right when we open escrow, that would expedite things greatly. Okay, guys, so that was my wish list. I hope it was quick enough and clear enough. Leave some comments below about some of the things you wish listing agents would do with regards to distressed properties. And so I'd love to hear what they are. But again, this is a community driven channel. What do you guys want to see in the next episode? Let me know down below. Follow this channel. And for that, with that, I'll talk to you guys later. Keep hustling, my friends. See you guys on the next one.